I'm in one of the most ancient cities in the world, the cradle of Western civilization. A city that lies in the heart of a nation I feel I know very little about. The city, of course, is Athens, and it is here that I will begin my exploration of modern Greece. Greece lies in the south of the Balkan Peninsula. To the north lie Albania, Bulgaria, and former Yugoslavia, and to the east lies Turkey. From Athens, I'll travel by ferry to the island of Chios. Back on the mainland, I'll journey through the Peloponnese to the Mani Peninsula. Then I'll travel to the mountain region of Zagora Horia near the Albanian border and on to the town of Ceres. The final leg of my journey takes me to the extraordinary scenery of Meteora. Described as the last city in the West and the first city in the East. It's a place that is rich and spectacular in its history. Many empires have held it in their sway: Romans, Phoenicians, Turks, and Byzantines, and the result is a cosmopolitan city of 3.5 million people. Resting below one of the most magnificent ancient monuments in the Western world, the ever-increasing population of Athens has the city bursting at the seams and has created a vast concrete sprawl of housing. However, it is an essential port of call on any backpacker's itinerary and the best place to begin your journey around Greece. Athens is also legendary for its traffic problems. Needless to say, the cars have created massive air pollution, which the Athenians call nephos. This is a brown, hazy chemical soup that makes for exotic sunsets, but unfortunately, it's taking its toll on that. If you're heading up to the Acropolis, I suggest you take the route through the Plaka and Anaphtiotica. It's like a little oasis of tranquility. It's very serene. Greece's history is written in the variety of buildings around you in Athens. The city is a jumble of the ancient and the modern. Well, I'll be. There's so much of my own folk around here, I feel right at home. The approach to the Acropolis is totally awe-inspiring. It's amazing. It's amazing. The Acropolis, which means high city, is the reason why Athens is here at all. It has been a religious site since Neolithic times, but it began to take its current form in the time of Pericles in around 480 BC. Since then, it has had a checkered history, suffering damage by earthquake, being blown up by the Venetians, converted into a mosque, and losing its marbles to the British. Do you see the black at the top of the ceiling there? That's the pollution reacting with the surface of the marble and turning it into mush. It's a constant battle for them to even maintain what's left of it today. Taxis may be cheap here, but they're hard to get, and you should be prepared to share them with a variety of complete strangers. A new and better way to get around is with a motorcycle taxi, which just slices through traffic. Helmet for safety. Oh. And we're off. Woo! Athens is a mecca for the young people of Greece who head here in search of excitement.
These young people work hard to keep up its reputation as a lively and vibrant city. It only really comes alive at night, and by night I mean after midnight. Before that, most Athenians don't even bother to leave the house.
Night. Whew. This is Exodia, the center of student life in the city, and historically known as a haunt for anarchists and those in search of counterculture. I'm here to check out Rembetika, which is equivalent to the Greek blues.
There are Rembetikas all over town, although, like most clubs here, they close for the summer or move to the beach.
Can you tell me what Rembetika is about?
Rembetika is the songs of the outlaws. Now it was the music of the refugees that came from Asia Minor, Greece, in the 20s, talking about drugs, hash, love, sex, all of it illegal.
Greece is physically and culturally at a crossroads. It is said their heart is most definitely east, but their mind is west. Rembetika is characteristic of this. Greece is a land of islands, some 1,400 of them. No stay here would be complete without a visit to just one, so I'm going to detour off my route to visit the island of Chios in the northeast Aegean Sea.
Χρειαζόμαι ένα εισιτήριο για Πειραιές, 120, okay, it's 200. Thank you, thank you. No problem, fluent. Just need to find out which stop I'm getting off at. How far away is
Ferries leave from the port of Piraeus, a 25-minute train ride from Athens. From there, you can catch a ferry to virtually every island in the Aegean Sea. Buying a ticket and finding your ferry is not as easy as you'd think.
You speak English? Ferry boat. Chios. Wait, there or there?
Yes. Okay.
I don't need a bus, I just need a ticket, yeah. Finally, a ticket. But of course, the ferry is about a mile away.
A ticket to the island of Chios costs about $13. Although ferries dock according to destination, if its berth is busy, they may move anywhere there is space, so be prepared for a bit of confusion. Once on board, the journey takes 8 hours. The history of Greece has always been linked to the sea. They've been traveling these waters since the time of Ulysses.
Now for sleeping accommodations. Right this way. Shh. These cabins are for the fancy people. Very distinguished class. But I get a very, very special place. Which one should I pick? There are just so many. I've arrived. This is my bed for the evening. Important tip. Get a cabin. This is Chios. It's 4:30 in the morning, and I need a lot more sleep. Definitely.
Chios is not a common destination for tourists. It is home to many of the great Greek shipping dynasties who jealously guard its secret delights. The best way to get around on the island is by moped. This one cost me $15 for the day.
That's the coast of Turkey over there, although once upon a time it was Greece as well. Despite their proximity, there's great suspicion and distrust between the Greeks and the Turks. They're two countries separated by their own common and often violent history. This is the monastery of Neamoni. Built in the 11th century, it is one of the oldest and finest examples of a Byzantine church in Greece. It is home now to just one nun.
Conservatively dressed visitors are welcome to visit the monastery.
There's a presence here in Neamoni that's quite haunting. That's because of its past. In 1822, the Ottomans attacked this island, killing 25,000 people and sending another 45,000 into slavery. 5,000 men, women, children, and monks took shelter in the sanctuary of this monastery. When the soldiers came, they slaughtered every single living person without mercy. These skulls are testimony to the massacre that took place on that day.
Chios was traditionally one of the wealthiest islands in the Aegean. This wealth was founded almost entirely on a gift from nature, mastic. The south of the island is the only place where mastic bushes will thrive and produce their sticky and valuable sap.
Δεν θέλω να δουλεύεις τους κίνους να κεντάς. Δεν θέλω να δουλεύεις τους κίνους να κεντάς.
These are the mastic bushes. People have tried transplanting them to other countries, but it just won't produce their special sap. Mastic put the chew in gum and freshened the breath of the Sultan's harems. In fact, the Sultan himself was chewing it as a sort of primitive Viagra. I'm here for a little lesson. Γεια σας.
Καλώς μου τι. Τι τα κάνω. Μαστίχη
Yes, I want to know how you make mastic.
Τσεντόι τούτου.
So you chip it from the tree?
Ναι.
Yeah, okay.
Ναι.
Oh, I see,
Και
yeah.
τρέχει.
Comes out
Σαν
hard,
το
huh?
μαστίχη. Μετά βγαίνει
Falls on the
αυτό,
ground, okay.
Ναι. Μετά το φουρκαλούμε.
Looks like rock candy or glass or
Κοίταξε.
something. Eat it like this?
Να, αυτό. Γιατί
You don't have to wash it then,
Για
huh?
το δω αυτό.
Oh, you...
Α, ναι. Μάζεσέ το για τα δόντια σου και για το στομάχι.
Oh, good for your teeth?
Ναι.
Good
Και
for your
το
stomach?
στομάχι, κάνει καλό.
Mm-hmm. Good. And you just eat it like this, I guess. Okay.
Μάζεσέ το.
Mm.
Καλό.
Tastes a little like dirt.
Καλό.
And it's very chewy and tastes very much like
Καλό. Ναι.
incense or
Not
perfume. Uh-huh.
Να έρθεις στην Ελλάδα να σου μάθω να τσεντάς. Έτσι.
Thank you.
Ναι, έτσι, να τσεντάς. Sì.
Thank you very much.
Today, the craft of collecting mastic is being lost, but it is still used in chewing gum as well as paint and perfume and is believed to lower cholesterol and blood pressure.
This is the gate to the village. Typical of most mastic villages is the fact that they are built within fortified walls, and that is because the mastic was such a coveted commodity that they wanted to keep people from stealing it.
The Greek islands are the only side of Greece that many travelers ever see. But now I'm heading back to the mainland to begin my journey around the country in earnest. The flight to Athens costs about $50 and takes only 40 minutes. From there, I'm taking a bus south to the pretty town of Nafplio.
Nafplion was the first capital of Greece and one of its major ports. It is reputed to be one of its prettiest towns and will be my gateway to the Peloponnese.
Nafplio is a really romantic town. It's a popular destination for young Athenian lovers. Young men bring their girlfriends here if they want to get serious. Perhaps this is why it has such a magical feeling.
The fortress of Palamede dominates the skyline of the town. Apparently, there's some 999 steps up to the fortress, and it takes about an hour to climb. Alternatively,
the bastion of Palamede was built by the Venetians at the beginning of the 16th century, but was seized almost immediately by the Turks. It is named after Nafplio's most famous son, who apparently invented dice, lighthouses, and measuring scales before meeting an untimely demise.
the fortress is a pretty impressive structure, but actually, the best thing about it, and the reason I'm here, is the view.
Everywhere you go in Greece, you see and hear the clatter of beads.
Nelson.
Hello.
Hi. What are these? Are these worry beads?
Those are worry beads, but the correct name is komboloi, not worry beads.
Komboloi.
Komboloi. It's a Greek word. Worry beads is not only for if we have worry. It's like a companion in my life.
Oh, so you carry it with you, not just when you're worried, it's always.
Always.
Less romantic perhaps, but just as essential. Self-service laundrettes are hard to come by in Greece, so if you see one, take the opportunity to use it, because you go through clothes like crazy here.
I found that I'm sure they know that we're American tourists, and they know that when we shake our head really vigorously, we mean yes, but it seems more natural to just do something, a slight nod, and at least that's what they've been doing.
For yes, they do this?
Yes.
Oh.
Or a sign of compliance with law.
Tomorrow I'm going to make the trip down deep into the Peloponnese proper and the ancient Mani Peninsula. I've heard that the people there are known as Greece's hard men, direct descendants of the Spartans.
That's the beautiful Byzantine city of Mistras. Beyond it in the valley lies modern Sparta. Nothing remains of ancient Sparta but a few foundation stones.
From Nafplio, I caught the bus to Sparta, ancient Greece's warrior kingdom. From there, I arrange a lift down to Kalamata and south into the outer Mani, and my destination, Areopoli. The Lingata Pass between Sparta and Kalamata is one of the most beautiful drives in Greece.
The Spartans were total fighting machines. Over there is the gorge of Kayada, where they would bring their sickly children and those who could no longer contribute to the good of the community. They would either leave them to die of exposure or just throw them over the gorge. Nice.
The roadside is dotted with little stalls selling local produce like herbs and dried flowers.
All of this is from all from here. Oh, okay. All from these hillsides. I want to get something. What is this? It looks like cheese. Is it cheese? Cheese?
Oh, no.
No?
Sabun.
Soap.
Soap.
Oh. I want one of these. What are you eating?
Γιαούρτι, καλό. Για φάει να δεις.
What is it?
Καλό.
Oh. Mmm. Very good.
Φάει.
It's honey and yogurt.
Καλό, Πρώτο.
Ding dong. This is the land of milk and honey, isn't it?
Και καρύδια.
Hmm?
Γιαούρτι και καρύδια. Μέλι, γιαούρτι και καρύδια.
Do you eat this every day?
Ναι, κάθε μέρα να τρως αυτό να παχύνεις.
I don't understand.
Every day shit.
Every day you eat it, and you get fat.
Much kilo up.
Muscles go up.
Very strong.
You mean this?
Ναι, πρώτο.
My destination, Areopoli, is aptly named after Ares, the Greek god of war. The people of this region are known as Maniots and are a proud and fierce breed with a violent history. Even today, many Maniots consider themselves to be independent from the rest of Greece.
Oh. Faristo. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Areopoli will be my base for the next couple of days as I explore this ancient landscape. But first, I have to find a place to stay.
That night, I rented a room in the home of a true Maniot, George Versakos.
Kalimera.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Coffee, breakfast, milk.
Yes, breakfast. Coffee would be nice. Yes.
Coffee. Έλα το κοριτσάκι θέλει
This is George.
καφέ,
And he owns this
γάλα,
place.
ό,τι θέλει, έλα δώσ' του. Έλα.
He used to fight with the rebels. And he has a special license from the
Yeah.
government to keep all of
Τα
these
είδες,
guns. See all the
τα
guns in the
είδες
case
τα-
over there?
Machine
Machine gun. Yeah.
Λοιπόν,
His father, by the way, was known as Mr. Fear.
πολλές πιστόλες, πολλά διαταγάνια και από διάφορα. Λιχνάρια. Και να σου δείξω και το καλό πιστόλι. 2 χιλιόμετροι, μπουμ,
That sure scares me.
κοίτα εδώ. Αυτό δεν σγουριένει ποτέ. Good πιστόλα. Μες στο νερό να είναι water, no πρόβλημα.
You can put it in the water.
Χάλιβξη.
Waterproof gun.
Ωραίο πιστόλι. 2 χιλιόμετρα. Αυτό είναι φωτοκύτταρο. Ναή, φως. Βλέπεις τη νύχτα.
Time to get some wheels.
Hiring a mountain bike is a great way to explore the Mani. The roads may be hilly, but they are quiet.
The history of this area was characterized by terrible feuds between villages and clans. The feuds became a fact of Maniot life, and they fought over wealth, power, agriculture, and even love.
The scenery of this area is notable for these robust tower houses. I met a local resident, Constantine, who was able to tell me more about the people that dwelt here.
Basically, the law that existed was the law of honor. And if one's honor was hurt by someone else, then it was a question between the families of the two persons to settle. And this was settled by war. So the blood feuds were not blood feuds in the way of vendettas, but there were practically full-scale wars. Each family had their own army, and their cannons on the towers, and they would fight amongst themselves.
All of these homes are so close together with this house fight, that one right there.
different families lived in different neighborhoods. Therefore, there were clusters of towers together, belonging to the same family, and families always fought together. Now, of course, there were the bordering areas between neighborhoods. At that point, there would be a very close proximity of fighting towers, and this would create more damage.
All the feuding that's happening between the clans or the families are headed by the men?
Like the ancient Spartans, the only occupation of the men in Mani was war. That was the only thing they would do, absolutely nothing else, basically. They would just walk around with each one carrying like 2 pistols, a big sword, a couple of knives, a long rifle, and so forth.
So what are the women doing then?
Well, the women were doing all the jobs, basically. They were taking care of the house, taking care of the fields, the animals, and so forth. They were working very hard.
Yes, I can imagine.
Sometimes they even fought, too, alongside the men.
Yay!
Yeah.
So the women are running around in the fields and they're taking care of business in the house, and the men are just kind of shining their pistols and exercising.
Kind of.
Underpinning the whole Maniot culture is a powerful and ancient spiritualism. These songs are called Miraloya, sung at the time of a funeral as a cathartic ritual, and maybe 2,500 years old. The words are melancholic and are a way to draw the sadness from your soul.
Ella no se peserico.
Cycling through this deserted and tranquil region, it is hard to imagine that one of the last local vendettas had to be stopped by 400 soldiers of the Greek army. The population in this area is now a fraction of what it once was. Some villages, which were home to hundreds, now have permanent populations in single figures. So far, have you found that the people here have been pretty friendly?
Yeah, people are friendly, and also sometimes they offer us that we can sleep here, and it's not a problem. And sometimes we slept near the village, and in the morning came the police, and they just look at us, how we are sleeping, and they are sleeping very well, okay.
They just leave you alone?
Yeah.
Yeah. The scenery changes pretty dramatically as you head further south along the Mani. It becomes very arid and the vegetation becomes even more sparse. Forget it. I've gone almost as far south as I can go on mainland Greece. The ancient Greeks believed that the entrance to Hades lay somewhere in a cave around these parts. And I've got one hell of a thirst. So this is hell. I can think of a lot worse places to be. Having reached the very foot of Greece and Hades itself, I turn myself around and head north by bus and train to Patras. From there, I catch the ferry out of the Peloponnese and then on to Zagora Horia, a group of villages in a mountainous region by the border of Albania. The ferries leave Patras every 15 minutes and the trip costs less than $1. I travel by bus for about 6 hours to the village of Mikro Papingo. There I make my way to the local inn to meet up with my guide Panos, who's going to take me on a trek through the mountains. Exhausted after my journey, Panos suggests we visit the local evil eye woman before our trek. I've heard about these rituals and want to take the opportunity to experience one. Not everyone can do it then.
No, this is the door.
Oh, this is it. The Greeks have many ancient superstitions, and the most prevalent is that of the evil eye, a form of negative energy which manifests itself through yawning and general fatigue. Even today, it is common to find practitioners who claim to have the power to release victims from its spell. Hot coals are taken from the fire and placed in a glass of water. After the ritual, these coals are removed and carefully buried. It may seem odd, but this is a pretty intense experience.
Don't you feel better?
A little not sure what's going on with my body, you know, because of all the yawning and the sort of tearing and the running of the nose, so I don't know, we'll see. Zagora Horia is a national park, and there is plenty to do and see, although some walks are not for the faint-hearted. Wow, what a great view.
Wait until you get up there.
Yeah, I'll bet it gets better and better.
I hope.
Our destination on this trek up into the mountains is the mysterious Dragon Lake. I'm getting hot.
Spring is just 5 minutes away. No, this way. First we can do something.
So drink like this. This whole area has so far been virtually untouched by tourism, and with the backdrop of the Albanian mountains, it feels like I've stumbled on a closely guarded secret. They sound like wind chimes.
Well, you know better than me, but there are 2 tribes of horses here, you know?
2 tribes of horses?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, they belong to different people, and they have different bells, but they sound in unison.
In harmony, they make all different
like
pitches.
one thing.
Oh. The journey up to Dragon Lake takes about 7 hours. We'll break our journey by spending the night in a traveler's refuge near the top.
Tired?
A little bit.
Okay. Look now. You see it?
Yes.
It's refuge. It's
Yay.
where we're going to stay for tonight.
Yay.
Get a good rest. There's beers waiting for us, you know?
Yes, of course. Beers first, then the view.
No, first the view.
Oh, first the view, then the beer. There's been a slight bit of confusion. Apparently the refuge has been triple booked, which means that I will, after everyone has dinner, be sleeping on the floor of the dining room, which is also doubling as a sleeping quarter. And there's a wild rumor going around. This is the last beer. Cheers. I want you to see something. Hello? 40 people, 1 bathroom. Dragon Lake, 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh my God.
Let's move on.
Right, okay.
Okay. How you sleep last night?
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing Dragon Lake, named because legend has it that a dragon lives in its depths.
So where's the dragon?
See. Next time.
No dragon, unfortunately, but breathtaking views once you reach the top.
Isn't it gorgeous?
It's fantastic.
It's worth trying to get here.
It is. So how long will it take for us to get back?
6 hours.
Taxi!
Nearing the end of my journey, I'm traveling across northern Greece to Ceres, close to the Bulgarian border, to witness an ancient festival called an Anastonaria, a firewalking ritual performed in this area each May. This festival commemorates a church fire in 1250 when the holy icons were heard groaning in the flames. They were rescued by villagers who emerged miraculously unscathed from the blazing church. These icons were passed down through the generations and are believed to ensure protection for the firewalkers. The day begins with a procession around the village in which the holy relics are displayed and sheep are collected for sacrifice.
So what I want to know is, why do the sheep get a ride and we have to walk?
The participants work themselves into a state of ecstasy under the influence of a rhythmic music made on a lyre and drum. They dance to this hypnotic music all day and well into the evening until they achieve a trance-like state. The sheep are sacrificed for a feast to be held later.
I can't even begin to describe that. That was amazingly emotional and so much more than I thought it would be.
As the evening draws near, fires are built from sacred wood, and the villagers continue their dancing inside, still bearing their holy icons.
Can you tell me how they sort of work themselves into the trance or the dancing that they're doing in there? Can you?
Well, the main thing is the music, of course, as you can understand. I mean, one main element is the music. What they say is, they use the expression, as we said before, I am caught by the sand. It's like a hand pulls them into the circle and makes them dance. And
so, like a spirit moves them, like the saint is picking them to dance. Okay.
It's the driving force, this ecstatic feeling to make them cross the fire.
Later still, the fires are lit and the night draws near to its climax. The red-hot coals are raked out in readiness, and the participants make their way outside for the fire-walking ritual. The villagers, many of them elderly, then run back and forth over the coals, miraculously without burning their feet. This event attracts huge crowds and at times seems more like a circus or a carnival sideshow. I'm told I can't leave this part of Greece without visiting Kalombaka and the incredible monasteries of Meteora. These extraordinary buildings, perched on seemingly inaccessible pinnacles of rock, derive their name from the Greek Meteora, which simply means rocks in the air.
They can speak Chinese. So, how long have you been in Greece?
2 weeks.
How do you find it? 你喜欢吗? You like it?
Yeah, it's
还不错.
I one thing to complain is food. Yeah, food is
lacks variety.
Yeah, lacks variety and tastes like. I'm sorry to all the Greeks. It tastes like shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
对不起, sorry. Just ignore me. I see. I've actually found that I like the food here. The monasteries of Meteora are as enigmatic as they are spectacular. Legend has it that Saint Athanasius, who founded Megalo Meteoro in the 14th century, flew up to the rocks on the back of an eagle.
A more rational interpretation suggests that the villagers of Shtahi may have been adept at climbing. The stones were hauled up these incredible rock formations brick by basket and rope ladders. I'm not here to visit the monasteries, however. I'm here to follow in the footsteps of the first monks and climb one of these dramatic rock formations.
Oh my God. I feel like a sponge right now. Before I got here, all I knew of Greece I could write on the back of a postcard. Now I could write a novel. It seems to me the Greek people don't live life for the sake of living. They live it as a celebration.